Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the NCAA Final Four.
Coverage starts Saturday at 2 on your home for the NCAA College Basketball Tournament on the Gulf Coast. ESPN Northwest Florida.
PLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX Lynn Haven. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Rise and shine, campers. It's a brand new day.
What a lovely morning.
Good morning, starshine.
You seem happy this morning.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming in early.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local. Live from the J. Michaels Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hot tub!
Woo! I'm full of water. I say hot tub. Hot tub.
I'm trying, baby. I didn't sleep, so I've been up all night. I don't know what's going on.
Rubber dub and hot tub. Rubber dub with me. Stuck in the hot tub.
Yeah.
Really made me sweat.
Yeah.
Stuck in the hot tub.
Yeah.
Really made me wet.
Well. Guess what? Yesterday, whose birthday was it, Wildcat? Eddie Murphy. 63 years old yesterday. The legendary Eddie Murphy. He's one of my all-time favorite guys. Love that guy. Jeremy, what is going on down in church? Everything going good?
We had an outstanding Holy Week in Easter at First United Methodist Church, Panama City. Had a couple thousand people all total when it was said and done, moved through. So a lot of help with volunteers to make all that happen. So it was a great week, and hope everybody had a great Easter weekend.
Tell you what, he does an incredible job, and one of the legends in Florida, the State Hall of Fame County AD, Tommy Santamont's with us this morning. Tommy, got to ask you, and we can say it in front of Jeremy now because I'm not sure it happened or not. We did our best, Wildcat, to get a hot tub for Easter Sunday up on stage for Jeremy. We were going to play the music, get it going. Did you follow through on it, Tommy, or no?
I couldn't get in touch with that person.
Oh, man. Well, I don't know if Easter would have been a good Sunday.
It's pretty warm.
We wanted to follow him out on stage. If you've ever seen that stat, that's it's the Saturday Night Live thing where they go out there and they're waving him down. Because they used to have a guy that would take his coat and all that kind of stuff with James Brown. It's incredible.
Down to it.
Yeah. All right, we got the Best of Bay has started. Get out and vote for us. How they do it, Wildcat? What do they got to do? I think they get on the News Herald website or something.
All you got to do is go to newsherald.gannetcontest.com.
Yes.
I know that's a lot, but I did it. And if I can do it, just about anybody can do it.
And all you got to do is hit our show. Is it to nominate or to vote for? Just to get you up for it.
It says nominate.
Nominate.
It does say
so it's not our show. It's Tommy's show. It's Jeremy's show. So if that 1,000 people that were in church last Sunday, get in there and go vote today.
It's for
we get your vote. We get your church. We got it made, man. Unbelievable.
All of the people that work hard. And then you just scroll down to radio personality show, and then you either, if the Coach James Hale show, ESPN Northwest Florida doesn't show up, you just type it in and then hit nominate.
Yeah. Nominate us. We want to win.
So do it, because we know who you are and we know where you work.
If we don't get it, we're gonna get mad.
You don't want to see us.
If you got a different color jersey on, I want to beat you. You hear me?
What?
If you got a different color outfit and we got a competition going, I want to win.
Oh yeah.
And why am I running my mouth when we got somebody on the phone? Coach, have we got him?
Yeah.
Coach, how you doing, sir? Bobby Hughes.
I'm all right, but I want to get in the hot tub this morning, too. Hot tub.
Hey, Bobby, you got to get on that website and get all them kids to vote for our show now.
I know, I will.
Jeremy will double-check everything to make sure this has happened, okay? He knows everything about you.
Oh, God. I know we'll do that.
What's going on? Give us a little rundown. I know you got a tough one coming up. You got Bay.
Tired this morning. We played Rutherford last night. I'm pretty tired. I'm dragging this morning.
What happened? What happened last night?
We won. We won in the last inning. It was a back-and-forth game. It was a really good game. Coach Cousin, he does a good job over there. It was a good game. We won in the last inning 6-5. So
Good. Get back on the winning ways. Well, I'm aware of the Bay game. I'm also showing y'all playing Holmes County in between there, so you got a couple more left this week.
Yeah, we play them today at home, and then we play at Bay tomorrow. So it's going to be some good games. There's going to be some tough ones, I think.
Right. Holmes County pretty strong. I know they in that rural class division there, but year in, year out, they're not having the year they've accustomed to. So you feel like you can sneak up on them?
Yeah, he does a good job. They're tough kids. They're tough, hard-nosed kids. And it'll be a close game because Jeremy Powell, he does a good job with them, and they'll be ready. I always tell him, man, we're not that good. He said, I don't want to hear all that mess.
Now, y'all played Bay early because I was over there throwing out that first pitch there.
I remember we saw that on video. That was awesome. That was awesome, man.
That was probably one of the. I know you did a good job. That's probably one of the worst games we played all year.
Yeah. We got to redeem ourselves. I don't know if I'm gonna throw out the first one tonight at Bay, but
yeah.
But we got to reverse that over there. So
that wasn't a good game. We're going to be okay.
Okay, so feel pretty good going into that one there. I know these county games mean a lot, whether it's baseball, softball, or what have you. So how you feel about your stretch run here?
I'm starting to feel better about it. We're starting to hit a little bit. I'm kind of figuring out the pitchers, who I need to have in there in certain situations. And it's taken a while to figure that out because you just really don't know the kids, as well as you need to.
Right.
But we got that figured out, and I think our hitters are starting to come along a little bit better.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it ends up. We got about, I think, a month left, and this is where you really need to start showing some improvement. We got a couple kids back, too, that we've lost for the last 2 or 3 weeks, so that's going to help us.
Well, good. Who's coming back? Was it just injuries or just resting? Or?
Yeah, that and a couple, some situations. But Hunter Black and Desmond Fitzgerald, we got both of them back, and that'll help us a lot.
Very good. Who are you throwing tonight? Are you sitting on it?
Tonight we're going to throw Sam Compton. He's going to throw tonight. And then Jack Pete is going to throw tomorrow. And we'll have a couple of different guys in relief for them.
Very good.
That's what I was going to ask him. And you mentioned the names already, so I don't want to offend anyone. But when you go against Bay, would you not want your better pitcher because it's an in-county game, or you don't look at this, we're going to play the best we got, or what?
It just depends on, that week how I feel about that matchup, who will match up good against the way they play, and that sort of thing.
I got you.
But that's usually how we do it. How we match up and how we throw guys and who we need to have ready for when we get to a certain part of the season and setting them up for like the district tournament. You know what I'm saying? You got to have them in order how you want them to go.
Bobby, you still keeping them on low pitch counts so you don't get into the mandatory rest, or I know that factors into some of these decisions too.
A lot of them are stretched out, but you really got to still watch that. I had one kid on with ball, and he didn't throw last week. I kind of sat him out, and then he come back through last night. He did good to Lakota Johnson. So you really got to watch that, and then you don't want to throw the same guy a lot of times against district opponents. You have to watch that, and that kind of hurts you sometimes. But that's best because you're going to face them again probably in the district tournament, and you don't want to give anything away.
Yeah, they just don't make them like they used to with Bobby Hughes, who could go out and pump 7 on one day and then turn around and pump 7 the next, right?
Yeah, they don't do that anymore, man. Coach Johnson was pretty hard on us in high school. I can remember the district tournament throwing one game and then the next day or the day after closing.
Right. Give him the ball.
Hey, Bobby, this is Tommy Saintamont. I was over at North Bay Haven yesterday and going in the parking lot, I had to put my truck in 4-wheel drive to get in there and out of there. that big hole right before you right before you get through the gate's gotten bigger.
I know. Every time I hit that bump, I think about y'all because I was like, man, that's giving a heck on this bump. But hey, I drive the bus. When I take the team, go through there on a bus, and they yelling at you in the back because you hit the bump. I'm like, guys, what do you want me to do?
Well, then you put about 4 truckloads of dirt through there or something.
Bobby,
I need to go over there, get some rocks and put them in there.
Yeah.
Bobby, what does Gordy do? I mean, Gordy could fix that. That's the kind of stuff he could do. He should be out there filling them holes up.
Well, he used to sound of the bucks on my baseball team for the announcing and the scoreboard stuff, so I really can't say a whole bunch to him.
Yeah, be careful.
I don't want to lose him doing that.
Hey, Bobby, when y'all won 6-5 last night, did y'all score late to win? How'd y'all come up to 6-5?
We scored 2 in the last 3 innings. We scored 2 runs, 5th, 6th, and 7th inning.
Yeah.
But that guy did a good job pitching for Rutherford, the left-hander. Lefties are hard to hit. It don't matter if they throw 70 or 90 because you don't see many of them.
That's right. Yeah.
And but our kids found a way. We struggled.
Did they push y'all in the 7th at all, or did you close them out pretty easy?
We closed them out the last 2 innings. I'll tell you who we gave game ball to was Cooper Pendergrass. He come in and done a great job. I think he struck out 5 out of 6 batters.
Wow.
I believe.
Yeah. Good work.
He did really well. I was proud of him. And we had some clutch hits last night. Lakota Johnson I think he had 2 RBIs. Jack Seaton had 2 RBIs. Those 2 guys had 2 big hits for us last night. And I think Evan Wallace, he's our leading hitter. He has some hits. I think he had a couple hits too.
Well, tell us about this weekend as well. I know we've talked about the things on the field, but you got an event taking place off the field Saturday for the benefit of the program.
Yeah, we'll go at Nature Walk. We're having a golf tournament to raise money for our baseball program. I think it's the first one they've done, and it's going to be a 4-man scramble. So if you're not very good at golf, the other 3 players can pick you up, kind of like me. And then we're going to provide lunch, and that's going to be by Winn-Dixie, and we're going to have some fresh burgers and that sort of thing. And we're just going to be out there having a good time trying to raise money for the baseball program. If you'd like to come out there, you can email me at bobbyhughes1212@gmail.com if you're interested in playing.
It's at Nature Walk this Saturday?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Registration is between 8 and 8:45, and we're teeing off at 9. So come out and have a good time. And
how many mulligans can you get?
I usually use 4, but I think it's only 2.
How many foot wedges?
Yeah.
Gordy just texted me. Right when y'all start talking about it, Gordy just texted, tell Bobby to talk about the golf tournament this weekend. So you got it, Coach. You knocked out of the ballpark. Hey, I want to ask before we get out of here today, you played Bay earlier. Have you seen improvement? Are they a lot better than they were when you first time you played?
Yeah, they are. You know, Coach Hudson's done a good job over there. What he's got, kind of like us, and they'll be improved. They're a lot better, and I think we're getting to that point. But when you've had guys out, and you know it's tough when you get them back. You get back where you were at. But that's really going to help us. It'll be a good game. Any of those in-town games like that, all of us talent-wise are about the same. Those are fun games to play in. So I'm looking forward to playing them, and I have a good relationship with Coach Hudson too. So.
Well, I'm sending you a couple ringers over there to play in your tournament Saturday morning. I may try to pop by. I don't have the time to be able to play, but I'll try to swing by and see how it's going for y'all. It looks like it'll be a pretty decent weather day too.
Oh yeah, it'll be pretty. It'll be a good time.
Coach, thank you so much for your time. We got to take a break. We will talk to you next Thursday, and good luck this week with these baseball games.
All right, thank y'all for letting me come on. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Bob.
Hey, buddy. Thank you, sir. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. Yesterday, it was packed out. J. Michael's restaurant yesterday, world-famous J. Michael's spaghetti, lunch and dinner. Great crowds there, great seafood. The legendary J. Michael's restaurant. Also, don't forget about South Oak Title and Closing, Chuck Tucker. Do us the big, I'm talking the great realtors do around here. 30A, Mark Cowart. I think Mark might have put that curfew in for everybody. Anyway, they do a great job selling down there. They use South Oak Title and Closing. Beth Moby, another big-time realtor, she uses South Oak Title and Closing. Chuck Tucker's number 1, not even close. Stevenson Air Conditioning, appreciate Jason. Got to see, I went saw some of their fine folks yesterday. Wonderful people out there. Anytime, day or night, give them a call. They're there for you. They'll take care of you anytime. Stevenson Air Conditioning, number 1. Charlie Corn's place. Tommy's there every Monday. Have you been invited yet to Tommy's group on Mondays?
Mm-mm.
I hadn't either.
I wasn't there this past Monday. I had a doctor's appointment, so I couldn't go.
Oh, okay. Did the rest of your crowd go?
Oh yeah, they're always there.
All right,
all 2 of them.
Now that you can pick a you can pick a meat, whatever meat you want, 3 sides for $11.20. That's the daily special. Then on Friday, Saturday, and Sundays at nighttime only, they got a great deal going on. fried fish, baked beans, cheese grits, or French fries, roll and a tea right there at Charlie Corn's place. Saturday is fried shrimp. Get it fried shrimp, man, or grilled, but I like it fried. And then Sunday, the big one. Go listen to Jeremy preach. Then I'll head on over there at night and get you some fried chicken, mashed potato, green beans, cream corn roll and tea. That's some good cooking right there. Good country cooking right there. We'll be right back. Oh, let's get, what's the word? What's our little password today?
Oh, yeah. Okay. For today's password, for you to win a chance to win a pair of tickets to the Talladega race, not this weekend, but I think it's next weekend. The key word, and you text this word to 215-6290, the key word, and then listening to, of course, to the Inside Drive in the Afternoon Underdogs. They'll call your name. You call them as quick as you can. That gives you a qualifying time. The best qualifying time wins 2 tickets to the Talladega race park here in Florida. The key word of the day is first. Not the number first, but F-I-R-S-T, the word first. Text that to 215.
Did he say not the word first?
No, I said not the number 1 and then S-T, but the word F-I-R-S-T.
Oh, you want the whole word.
The whole word.
Now I understand you.
I don't want the abbreviation.
See, when I was growing up, we always did things real quick.
You had to
first S-T, they knew what we meant.
Yeah.
We were highly intelligent in Alabama.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back. Coach Mosley, it's Mosley Day right now. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We get back the Mosley Dolphins, Coach Howard. Be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida presents the madness of college basketball. 68 teams, 32 conference champions, but there can only be one. ESPN Northwest Florida is your exclusive radio home for the NCAA College Basketball Tournament.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your forecast on this Thursday. Sunshine this afternoon and evening with a strong breeze around 20 miles per hour coming out of the west, and look for the high to be 68. Tonight there will be clear skies with the temperature reaching 53. Sunny tomorrow with a wind around 9 miles per hour and the high of 71. Saturday will have a high of 72 and mostly sunshine. This weather is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Attention homeowners, are you dreaming of a backyard oasis? Look no further than S&R Fencing, your go-to destination for quality outdoor transformations. At S&R, they specialize in crafting custom fences, decks, retainer walls, and all exterior construction that not only enhances the beauty of your home, but also stands the test of time. Their experienced team takes pride in delivering top-notch craftsmanship with a personal touch. S&R Fencing, locally owned, licensed, and insured, and a member of the BBB. Mid-South Lumber, where they treat you like family. Locally owned and serving the residents of Bay County for over 45 years. See Mid-South Lumber for all of your DIY projects, including windows, doors, siding, lumber, and millwork. Are you building a new home? Bring your contractor in to Mid-South Lumber and meet with a member of their sales team to discuss your framing, siding, windows, and doors. Mid-South Lumber, the biggest little lumber yard in Panama City. 717 West 11th Street.
If aliens showed up tomorrow and said, take us to your leader, you'd bring them to the Coach James Hale Show.
Danger, Bill Robinson, danger.
Live from the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Is there any music to that one? I kept waiting. There you go. There you go. That was a long one, wasn't it? Before
Bar.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that took a while to get
Roundabout, yes.
Roundabout. Tommy knew that. Him and Louise used to dance to that
Tommy's
one.
a rocker way back.
I mean, I tell you what, back over there when they were getting out of college and stuff, and he started dating Louise, that sucker could dance. He was a dancer.
Oh, yeah?
I'll tell you what.
I heard people at Bluntstown talking about you.
I know it. I wouldn't be a bit surprised.
I can imagine Tommy busted a move.
He can do it now. Saturday Night Live. All right, we're back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. It's Mosley Day, and we got one of the top coaches in the Southeast, Coach Howard. How are you doing, sir?
I'm surviving. Well.
Hey, you're doing great, baby. You are the best. You know that? You guys play one of the toughest, I would say it's probably the toughest schedule that I've seen in a long time. Jeremy, am I pretty correct on that one?
Absolutely. I mean, top to bottom, and it doesn't get any easier today.
Yeah, let other people go play that schedule and see how they week in, week out.
Doug Lee must have made that schedule. He made that, did he, Coach?
Well, I don't know who it was, but
anyway, all right. Let's tell us what's been going on. Give us a little rundown. Who's playing well for you? Hit on the positive things, and let's go.
Yeah, well, we've been struggling a little bit offensively, but we've been just about every game. And until the other night, we got shut out by Colquitt 6-0, but. We had a couple of chances late, and but South Walton 6-6 going into the 7th, and they beat us. And but our margin of error it's been kind of slim, and it's kind of narrow because we've been struggling offensively, but we've been pitching and just making some youth and mistakes along those lines on the base pass a couple of times. That's really cost us. But our kids are playing hard, and like I said, we've been in just about every game we played, and that's who we are. We got a tough opponent tonight, but we got Martinez has been our leading hitter, and Peyton Williams and Braxton McElhaney has really came on and swung a bat for us pretty good too. So they've been our top 3 hitters, and so that's who we are right now.
Coach, you mentioned the South Walton game knotted up 6-6, and then they pull away. What happened there with that lead kind of getting away from them from y'all there?
Well, we just it was just tough. But give them credit. They came back and put together 2 or 3 hits in the top of the 7th. But we threw Martinez, and they threw Georgia Tech commit, and finished with a Florida State commit, and we had a couple freshmen and sophomores in between, but we were right there. But I give them credit though. When the game was on the line, they responded, and we did.
Yeah, and no, you'll see them again closing out the season. And Colquitt, did they throw one start to finish, or did they throw multiple guys at you? I saw the shutout there. I wasn't sure if somebody had a hot hand and just blanked you.
No, we didn't do a good job adjusting, and he just kept the ball away and did a real good job mixing it up on us. And no, he went the whole route. The left-hander there. He was a junior.
Just a little crafty. We were talking with Coach Hughes at North Bay Haven. He ran into the same trouble when those southpaws, saying you just don't see them a whole lot, and they just pick you apart, and sometimes they can't throw hard enough to break a window.
Right, but he was 78, probably 80, but nothing power. But he had 3 pitches and stayed ahead the whole time and pitched away, and kind of Tom Glavin like, and you lean over and he comes in, and we had no answer.
Yeah, just from a crap.
We should do a job adjusting. And our approach was not very good. That can happen first time around, but we got to make some adjustability and make some changes as the game progresses.
Yeah, good. At least good to see something like that down the line in case you run into it again. So I think that's I know not the outcome you wanted. To tell us, another tough perennial opponent coming into play to North Florida, and y'all go over that way, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you ever played at North Florida before?
I have.
Yeah, old grassed in the infield, short porch. Depends on the wind here. You could have a day. So
I know it. That goes both ways, but they got a good club again this year, of course. One of the best clubs there, so we'll see.
Yeah. Who are you throwing, or are you sitting on it?
Yeah, no, we're going to probably go with Martinez tonight. So we're going with our best guy and see what happens. And he's really pitched well. We just hadn't really given him a lot of support offensively, but we'll see.
Oh, I know that it ends the week this week, but I don't want to look ahead, obviously, past your ball game. But before we get to talk to you again, you've got a big one with the rivals across the bridge there at Arnold, and schedule wise, I'm showing y'all back to back. Was that just one of those little quirks that you got the game at Arnold, and then they come back to your place, and just how the dates worked out, or was that intentional to play them back to back?
Same thing last year. So,
okay,
yeah.
So
yeah.
Very good. Well, that'll be.
On both.
I know that'll be a large gate, large crowds, a lot of excitement around in-county game. Two top programs going together. So you got three tough ones coming up for sure.
We do. Yeah. We do.
Hey, Coach, in the Colquitt game, how many hits did y'all end up getting? You remember the hits y'all got? Five. Yeah. Yeah. So that pitcher was pretty tough. He was.
Yeah, it wasn't overpowering, but he had an idea, and he's been hot and cold. But he's pitched some games like that earlier, and from a scout report, and he did the same against us. So,
yeah.
How many weeks are y'all away from the tournament, the district tournament?
Two more after this one.
You play such a tough schedule. I look at NC State in basketball. We thought they were struggling, and then now they're in the Final Four. Do you think this team, after playing this tough schedule, when you get in that district, y'all gonna be okay?
Well, I think it's a slippery slope there because you're juggling your confidence in that respect.
Yeah.
But I think it's a two-way street, and we got to make sure we take the positive one there. But that's a good question, and I think that I don't know anybody's got that, but I think it's a great analogy there with the state, and we're 2-0 in our
right,
district.
2-0 in the district there, and the Niceville, Leon, Crestview, Childs round that out. So
right. Exactly. So we'll just see where we fall toward the end, and that's the games we got to win, and we hope that these things, have a little bearing on our future.
Yeah.
Does everybody in your district play everybody else, or how? I know it's different, based on the district. Okay, didn't do that. So how would the district pairings be done, based on overall record, or
That'd be the record and head-to-head and the ranking by max preps, too, or the state.
For seeding purposes. Because that all-important bye, based in a 5-team district, will set up pretty well, I guess, a 4 or 5 games. So, yeah.
And strength of schedule is one of the variables there, too, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for taking time. You're doing a great job. Keep your head up. Y'all going to be doing good by the end of the year, I guarantee you. Everything's going to be good.
All right, well, I appreciate it.
Good luck today in Tallahassee.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, real quick. Did you have a good Easter? Did you have a good Easter?
I did. Yeah, my daughter's still down here, so my son came down, and my daughter's still here. So, but she's leaving today. But I appreciate you asking.
Well, great.
How's my little t-ball guy doing?
He is doing great. We got practice tonight. He had him a one-hopper. He snagged and ran to the first, and they called the guy safe. And I said, Jordan, after review, I think he was out, but I think we got homered.
Oh, my God.
He's doing great, Coach. Having fun.
All right, buddy. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, Coach. Bye-bye.
All
right. Hey, all you Mosley people out there, get online, go to News Herald, Best of Bay, look up radio shows, hit ours, nominate us for the Best of Bay. We've been in the running 7 straight years now. Get us in there again.
Not just us. It's all these cool people that come on the show.
It's Tommy Santamont. Louise, go vote. It's Jeremy Pridgeon. Jeremy, you got a big church over there. Anyway,
we'll give him the poster to put up on the way out.
He's hard. You can't. He's so straight and narrowed. You can't get anything over on him.
Can't be bribed.
He can't be. I've tried. It doesn't work.
Man.
Believe me. Last year I gave him all kind of money to do it. He just laughed. See, he's not even laughing now. Anyway, El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill tonight now is pretty cool. I see Steve also there quite a bit. He likes that place too. Get out there and have a great meal. They got karaoke tonight. Every Thursday night, they do it outside. They got music playing. It's really cool. Go check it out. But they got daily specials. It's the best and newest restaurant for Mexican food right here on Thomas Drive, right across from the Navy base. Go check it out. We think you'll love it. We had a legend on the show this morning, Coach Howard, Coach Bobby Hughes, Tommy Santamont, Wildcat, Jeremy, they're all big time. Everything they do an outstanding job. Same thing with Dr. Chad Mitchell, a true legend here in Bay County. Been taking care of athletes for 24 straight years. Next year, he'll be on the sidelines of Bay County for his 25th year. Tommy, that's pretty incredible. 25 years taking care of kids around here.
I remember the first year he came.
Yeah, he's a great guy, no doubt about it. You can listen to him here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Any type of injury, go see Chad. He'll do a great job for you. Rudy's Barbecue on Bat Beach. Jeremy, what's the latest? Is it turkey? Is it brisket? What are you liking now?
I'm still with the brisket right now.
What about your boy? What's he like?
He's turkey.
Good man. Good man. That's still my favorite. Tommy?
I had pulled pork last week. I was out there.
Yeah. Did you take your grandson, or did you drop him off and come home?
I dropped him off.
Okay, good. Wildcat, I know what you love. You love that Rudy's breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
burrito.
I love those breakfast burritos, and they open up at 7 o'clock, so it's early enough.
So you're saying you've ordered some and you're sending them over?
Yeah. They do cater now. As
soon as we go into this commercial break.
Yeah. Anyway, get out to Rudy's Barbecue. Great location. They do cater. They got the big Lorelei Layton room in the back. You can have a football. It's so big you can have a football banquet back there. Go check it out. You'll love it. Jason Koleski, one of his favorite places. We'll be right back. Tommy Santamont, Jeremy Pridgeon, Wildcat on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida presents the Race to Talladega. Win a pair of tickets to the Geico 500. Join Coach Hale mornings at 7:15 and 8:15 for the keyword of the day. You hear it? Text the keyword and your racing name to 850-215-6290. Then listen at 12:15 and 5:15. If we announce your name, race to the phones and call us back at the same number. How long it takes you to call is your qualifying time. The top qualifying time each week will win a pair of tickets to the Geico 500, Sunday, April 21st at Talladega Super Speedway. And the fastest qualifying time also wins passes to the incredible Talladega Garage Experience. Plus, your prize package may include tickets for Saturday's racing doubleheader. It's the Race to Talladega. From PCB Hobby, Pepsi, Panama City Toyota, and your racing station. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Signworks, a business serving businesses since 1985. Everything from signs and banners, vehicles and boats, magnetic and real estate signs, contractor signs, and much more. Signworks can do large format, full color printing too. Signworks, a real professional in the business world. Call Signworks at 785-8899. Signworks, 850-785-8899.
In the jewelry business, there is no substitute for experience. David Adamson has over 46 years of experience, 32 of those in Lynn Haven. Designing and creating fine jewelry is more than a job for David, it's a joy. If you're looking for a spectacular jewelry design that says you, or perhaps you need your jewelry repaired, look no further than David Adamson Designer Jewelry. All work is done in-house and always to your complete satisfaction. Stop in today at David Adamson Designer Jewelry, 830 Ohio Avenue in Lynn Haven. They're on Facebook and at pcjeweler.com.
Hey Bay County, it's Dean Jackson with Old Glory Washing Solutions and the one and only BBIA. It's that time of year again. The Great American Home and Recreation Expo is back this Friday and Saturday at the Bay County Fairgrounds. Over 70 vendors, ranging from home improvement and landscaping to boats and ATVs. This free event is for the whole family, with food, live music, and even kids workshops. Don't miss it. The Great American Home and Recreation Expo this Friday and Saturday, April 5th and 6th from 9 to 5 at the Bay County Fairgrounds. We'll see you there.
For everything in the world of golf, it's the Watson Report. Thursdays at 4:20 with Alan Watson from Golf Plus. ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio.
Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. Woo! FSU Update is brought to you by the legendary Newbies. Get out to all three newbies. Have a great time. Newbies 2 on the Curve. Go watch all the Final Fours. You can get women's. You got the men's this weekend. You can watch NBA, baseball, anything you want to do at Newbies. Have a great time. The Mothership, they'll have the best bands in the Southeast. You know why? Because that's what Charlotte wants, and Charlotte gets what she wants. She made a comment. She saw we named our grandson, Jared, and Mariah named our grandson, Johnny. And, of course, she's married to a Johnny. And she goes, I can't believe you named him Johnny. And then Julie told him that story behind that. But anyway, it's pretty cool. Get out, newbies, have a great time. Before we get an FSU update, Tommy, I want to change gears. I'll give you plenty of time. We'll go over to the next segment, whatever you want to do. But what do you guys think about down on the seaside with a curfew being at 8 o'clock? That's just something you just don't hear about any day. I'm sure some of the business people don't like that, but I get what they're coming from. They want it under control, people acting crazy and stuff like that, but did they take it too far, or are they doing what they feel is the best to do?
First of all, who's going to enforce it? The police?
They're doing it, evidently.
What are they going to do, take the little child and find the parents and say, you need to be home and put him in jail? Or
I'll let Jeremy answer that for you.
I don't know what they're going to do, but anyway, I can understand it. I mean, out there, though, I don't know. I didn't think there was that much wild stuff going on out there.
Evidently, they have been.
Must have been some burglaries or something like that. I don't know.
It's pretty interesting. I mean, even Panama City Beach Police Department released a picture, showing a group of kids, and so there does seem to be a good bit of activity. And you've got homeowners, and then you've got the rentals. You've got the influx of people who come here and lose their minds. And
I get it, but like here in Panama City Beach, there's a lot of people don't even go out to eat until after 8 o'clock. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All the different restaurants we have. So I was like, wow, that kind of surprised me.
It must have been just a bunch of young kids grouping up.
Unaccompanied minors seems to be the issue there. Seaside on their Facebook page, they a couple of days ago had pointed out, at 8 o'clock, and I noticed even an update that was posted 13 hours ago that beginning last night at 6:45, there would not be unsupervised groups of minors out.
Wow. So evidently some bad stuff's happening.
Without parents. I mean, that's the
without
piece,
parents.
right.
That's the key right there, without parents. And I get it. They're going to do what's best to keep their community safe. Hey, I'm all for it.
When you've got, millions of dollars of assets.
Yeah. It's gorgeous over there. Hey, great people over there. Whatever they think's best is best, but it sure is early. Anyway, hey, FSU, what do we got?
Okay, let's see. We'll start with baseball today. They are 23-4 right now, and they got a kid, Charlie Buckles, who just committed FSU baseball. 6'6" kid, 210 pounds, first baseman, and a left-handed pitcher. He's a 2025, going to be a 2025 enrolled from Bethesda, Maryland. So he's a highly thought-of player, and he's has committed to FSU. This week, they've got Boston College. Friday at 7, Saturday at 2, and Sunday at 1 o'clock. And that's at Boston College. Then they turn around and come back, and we all know what's going to happen on April the 9th. They got the Gators coming in to Tallahassee, and Jeremy and I both will be there.
We'll be there.
The church is going over there on the bus, so we'll all be over there.
Okay, I had somebody, and I got to ask you, don't get mad at me. Is it just the church people that can go? Can anybody, if y'all have room, can anybody else go?
Yeah. If we still got tickets available, just call up to the church there. I think that's
$30.
Yeah.
Okay. So call First United Methodist Church and ask for Terry Legg at the office, and she's coordinating the trip there. $30, that gets you over there and back? Because we had a few from the community who heard we were going, and they wanted to go and join in.
Someone bring the kids and cousins and stuff like that.
How many does the bus hold? Do you remember?
50 is what we run.
Okay.
Take a big charter
It'll
bus.
drive right up to the stadium. You get out, go in, and
y'all leave coming back right after the game.
Terry's got Terry Legg's very organized. Everything's organized. We'll get right in, sit down, and
so it's not like you're going to stop and have dinner anywhere. You go and
you're eating at the ballpark.
It starts at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
6 our time. So
right, ballpark fare over and back. So if you're going to grab a burger or a dog or pretzel or something.
Yeah, eat the game. It was a lot of fun last year.
It was.
Did y'all sell out last year?
We did.
Yeah. Good. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that is coming up next Tuesday was when we're going to be going over there.
Yeah.
What time's the bus? I don't know if was it 3 o'clock or.
Well, they picked it up on television, so I think we shifted to 2:45 or something. So we'll have to update that. But ESPN picked it up. Wasn't even the ACC network. So
okay.
Yeah. So
good deal. All right, in football, on War Channel especially, they go different players on the team and different sections, and they had a good article on the defensive end. You know, FSU was noted for like last year, especially with Jared Verse and Patrick Payton, rush ends, and they said that they're looking like it's going to be a very promising position again this year. Patrick Payton will be back. Byron Turner, their first end on the reserves, he'll be back. They got Marvin Jones from Georgia. You know, he was a legacy player at FSU, and this will be his first year there. He'll be there. And they got a kid from Oregon State, Logigia, and they've got one from West Virginia, Daraje, and both of those kids are big. And of course, they got Jaden Jones from transferring in, and all these kids are around 6'4", 6'5", 250, 240, around that area. They're big kids, and they can move. So let's look very promising to have some put some pressure on the quarterbacks and getting a rush on the quarterback. And interesting, I saw where FSU was recruiting, and one of the kids that was actually at FSU in Tallahassee 2 days, Lagonza Hayward. He's from Toombs County. I've seen him play.
Yeah.
When I was up hunting,
he's good.
He's really good. I didn't know anything about him, but my friend, his nephew is the quarterback there, T.J. Stanley, and he's a big kid. Like he's about the size of
who else in the running to get this guy?
Oh, everybody.
Yeah, I mean, is Florida State feel they got a shot?
Well, I mean, that's his first visit. I knew he's coming to FSU, but everybody's after him. George is after him big time, and
he's good.
He's a good basketball player too. I've seen him play basketball, but we went to one of the games, and he was a good player.
Yeah.
So anyway. They're after him. They're doing a lot of recruiting. A lot of things are going on as far as recruiting, and that's the way to all the schools. They start back with the big push, and they've got a lot of kids coming in and out. Same old thing I hear every time. Like when these kids come there, Norvell's out there at the parking lot meeting when they walk out the door. He's there, and he walks inside, and all the coaches are there. Yeah, it's crazy how they do it, but it's very impressive to a young kid.
It
makes them think how important they really are to them.
Yeah.
And softball, they're 25-9 now, and they've got a big series coming up at Louisville. They play Friday at 6 o'clock, Saturday at 1, and Sunday at 12. That's at Louisville, and that'll be a big game. It's a conference game, so it'll be a big game for them. So. Anyway, everything is going good so far. They are. If you've seen pictures of Doak Campbell, at one side is they taken down, and I've heard a lot of complaints about it. I mean, you can imagine having those tickets for 40 years. All of a sudden, you don't have it; it's gone.
Were the same people? Will they get them back, or how's it?
Well, they can get them back, but it's going to be about triple the cost.
Yeah. Tommy, is it next weekend the spring football game?
Yeah, I think it's the 20th.
Okay, so it's a couple weeks.
I mean, 20. Is it 29th?
Yeah.
Yeah, the 20th, I think.
Okay, I couldn't remember. I know Auburn's got their coming up.
I'm gonna try to go.
So, what are they doing? Are they putting like sky boxes in there?
It's gonna be ground level. I mean, it's gonna be a big mausoleum thing with rooms all in there and food and all that stuff.
Wow.
It's I think what they're trying to do, they're trying to cater to the big money folks that's got the money to come in there and pay it.
Yeah.
The common everyday people like us, we will end up in the end zone unless you know somebody and you get a better ticket.
I've seen your tickets; they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Tommy, don't let Tommy
when I can go.
Oh, I want to ask both of you something real quick. We addressed this yesterday with Mark McLeod, big Gator guy. Everybody's upset. A lot of FSU people, and even other people, are kind of like, why is Florida Gators ranked so high in baseball after with 11 losses?
Yeah.
Well, then Mark pointed out, go look at their strength of schedule. Look who they played. And they have. They played the teams ranked in the top 5. So their schedule's been brutal. FSU's beat them every time. But yet FSU's ranked below them, I think in all 3 of the major polls. What do you think? You think he's going to pitch his best pitcher next Tuesday to get one win against Florida State, or try to get a win against Florida State, or as he does his usual mid-game stuff?
I think he probably will. I mean, if I was him,
I want to win. Yeah, he's taking some heat losing to FSU every time. Yeah.
Yeah, if you look at the top 25, I was talking more about it during the Alabama update, and you look top to bottom, every team now, save one, has at least 20 wins until you get down to number 18. And that one is Florida, sitting at 16 and 11.
Yeah.
Every other school has at least 20 wins.
Yeah.
So, you can talk about schedule, absolutely, brutal, but they're putting a lot of faith in the strength of schedule and a lot of close contests. So they're still high on Florida right now, but you get swept by Florida State in all 3, even if they are the midweek games. We talk about the midweek games as kind of developmental, but they still count. They're still baseball games.
They're out to win, both of them.
Yeah. And it's still a big rivalry. I mean, you got to win the rival games.
Yeah.
So.
Right. So I can't say that there's not some reason for concern if you're a Florida fan and looking at.
I think Florida's going to be fine when everything's said and done by the end of the year. I do. All right, let's talk to some of our great people. Max Fish Sports Nutrition. Do you want to look better, feel better? Jason Kovaleski can make that happen for you. He'll be with us tomorrow. If you, I know we got a lot of parents that listen. It is Mosley Day. It's North Bay Haven Day. You want to give your son, I don't care what sport they're in, you just want them to look better, feel better, get bigger, stronger, faster, lose weight. Go by and see Jason, 1 or 2 of the locations. He'll sit and visit with you, and he'll set a plan up for you. The guy's incredible. Dr. Ward, I had him on yesterday. We asked him that same question about that. But 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. It can be deadly. Take care of your skin right now, especially when you're younger, because believe me, you'll pay for it when you get older. They got offices throughout Northwest Florida. Go see Dr. Ward. 5 minutes can save your life. And I want to appreciate newbies again, John Sharp, for the Florida State update. Tommy, good job today. Paparazzi Pizza, I went there last night. I got a Paradise cake.
Shame on you. I heard bad things about you.
I ate every bit of it. I couldn't help it. I'm weak.
Yep.
I'm weak.
I know you are. I'm seeing you in action.
Mentally and physically. Yeah. Beef O'Brady's, I tore that thing up right there sitting in the restaurant.
You ate that
right there in the restaurant.
Oh.
We ate it up. Yeah, it was
Julie
good.
didn't eat it. She was
Shoot. Julie was right
She
there.
said she was on a diet. She wasn't going to eat it.
Well,
he's on a diet too.
Yeah.
But does that stop him? No.
We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida presents The Race to Talladega.
Our good friend Lynn Haven Rob. Lynn Haven Rob, give us a call. If you beat 7 seconds, you will officially get yourself a pair of tickets up there to the Geico 500. I saw David pick up that phone quick, so it's looking pretty good.
Official time of 3 seconds, and we've got him on the line.
There you go. Congratulations.
Hey. Well, that's fantastic.
From PCB Hobby, Pepsi, Panama City, Toyota, your racing station. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your forecast on this Thursday. Sunshine this afternoon and evening with a strong breeze around 20 miles per hour coming out of the west, and look for the high to be 68. Tonight there will be clear skies with the temperature reaching 53. Sunny tomorrow with a wind around 9 miles per hour and the high of 71. Saturday will have a high of 72 and mostly sunshine. This weather is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Hi, I'm Tracy, your diamond girl at Tracy's Fine Jewelry. Shopping for the perfect diamond can be difficult, but that's why I've trained my staff to be helpful and to offer you a stress-free diamond experience. Pick your sparkle and use our easy layaway plan. Every woman deserves an exquisite diamond from your diamond girl at Tracy's Fine Jewelry. We don't work on commissions.
We work for smiles and I-dos.
So if you're tired of high-pressure salespeople, stop by and see us today at Tracy's Fine Jewelry.
As a realtor, it's important who you choose as your title company. May we suggest South Oak Title? Their offices are modern, comfortable, and state-of-the-art. South Oak Title can close transactions in any location in Florida, Alabama, and Tennessee. Their free mobile app allows realtors to deliver a net sheet in seconds. They provide mobile closing services to accommodate buyers and sellers. Their offices are beautifully decorated, state-of-the-art, complete, safe, and secure. South Oak Title, creating a better title and closing experience through technology and tailored service. Visit them online at southoaktitle.com.
I'd like to introduce.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
Milk was a bad choice.
If I could just have your attention.
60% of the time, it works. Every time.
If anyone wants to switch jobs, let me know.
Live from the J. Michael Studio.
I have many leather-bound books.
On 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
That's an old one there. That's really old. All right, well, welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Guess whose birthday it is today? He is a legend.
Phil Cobb.
No, he is a legend. And he played for the New York Jets.
Quarterback.
And he played at the University of Alabama.
Yeah.
What's his name?
It isn't Joe, is
Joe Willie Namath. And guess how old he is?
Broadway Joe.
Guess how old he is today?
73.
80 years old.
80. Good
Joe
Lord.
Namath. I saw him last year for the Texas game.
That's right.
And his knees, he was wobbling, buddy. Yeah. Security were all around him.
No
he's
wonder
a nice
he's advertising hearing aids on TV.
Yeah. But he's got a good personality. He's friendly to people. Yeah. Good guy. Good guy. Loved you. I was one of my heroes growing up, buddy. Joe Namath. I got to ask you, all three of you guys, a question. The governor of the great state of Louisiana, they lose to Bama. Bama doesn't lose in Baton Rouge. All right. He got on the girls' basketball team, upset. I think he was on Fox. Yeah, he was on national.
Fox.
Yeah.
I saw him.
Talking about that. What's your Jeremy, we go to Alabama games. Alabama's not out there when the national anthem's played.
But that's such a simple solution. It's so simple. Either they start the national anthem right before they play the game, or they tell the team they need to be out there on the court. I mean, that's easy to resolve. It's just a matter of timing.
Well, see, in football, you want them to come on the field at a certain time.
Right.
They got a clock running down when they all come out.
That's right.
But Jeremy, tell me if I'm wrong on that. All the games I watched in the SEC and college football, they've already done the national anthem. I've never seen the SEC. I don't know if they do that for where they won't have any conflict, or that's just the way it's always been. I just really, truly can't remember. What did you guys think about it? Was she wrong? I mean, she said it was the routine that they've always do.
And that's in coaches, that's especially basketball, that's just what you do. But in that type of game, in that situation, I would have had my team out there. Mm-hmm. I would have first thing said, when you going to do the national anthem? We're going to do it this time, so we're going to be out there. Believe me. Because the other team was, and that's the only reason it may. If they had not been out there, I
think you're right.
It wouldn't have been a big deal.
Yeah, Iowa was there, holding hands, singing, doing everything right.
And UConn's not there either on theirs when they play.
If they're not out there, we wouldn't be even talking about this.
That's right.
Well, you get to tournaments and you can play at home and you can set your own routines and you can do whatever you want. I would see this when we officiate ball games. Coach comes up, now we're going to recognize the players. We're going to do the anthem. Some places like we're just going to play. I mean, you get to set that. Once you get in a tournament environment, or if you're playing at somebody else's place, you kind of are dictated by what those guidelines are. And do you meld yourself to it? Probably so. I mean,
all right. Was Ella? And I don't remember. Was LSU walking off the court when they started playing?
They was already gone.
They had already gone. Yeah. So, what did you think? What did the governor have to say? And what did you think about that?
Well, he kind of said it wasn't. He respected. Of course, he's going to respect LSU. He's saying all kind of good things, but he had a good point. He said that he has sent letters to all the universities and basically tell them they need to get straight on what they're
going to do,
what they're going to do, and you need to be out there and respect the flag is basically what he.
And I agree with that.
Said,
I agree with that. But also, being a coach, we came out there late too. I mean, So I don't think she did anything. I don't think it was anything political at all.
No, I mean, the coach, she said that she didn't even know. She said, when was it? She didn't even know. In 12 minutes, they're back there in the locker room talking about what they're going to do in the game.
Well, I think you knocked out the ballpark when you said that I was already out there. They're holding hands, they're singing.
Yeah, that was a big. Had they not been out there, it wouldn't have been a big issue at all.
Did you ever think 12.3 million people would watch a female college basketball game?
Absolutely. Probably the biggest game.
No, but for this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Sure.
So I never did.
Hey, I went down to, I don't even have a ticket to get. I went down to Beef O'Brady's to watch it.
Did you really?
I did.
They had a good crowd, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Jeremy? I didn't think 12 million people would watch it.
Women's sports and that's been shaping up a long time in that bracket, watching them, and more to come here.
In the second game, would they have 6 million watch the second game?
Yeah, I wouldn't be a bit surprised.
Yeah.
Well, that first game you got Reese and Caitlin Clark. They've been.
Have you ever seen anybody better than her?
Yeah, no. I've seen a lot of girls play in both levels, and I'll tell you, I've never seen a girl shoot threes so far out as she did and so accurately.
Yeah.
I know she was on. You get on those things. And, people be guarding. She's so quick on her release and getting the ball off.
She's unbelievable. What Jim pointed out, and I thought about it for a while, and he was right. She's one of the best passers I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You see that behind the back when she was double teamed and it went to that kid. Of course, the kid missed it, but one of her big kids bounced right to her.
Saw a clip where she was throwing the game ball to her brother, and like 20 rows up the stand. And just perfect.
That other, they had a couple players that can play. She wasn't the only one.
No,
that other one can shoot the ball too.
Oh,
They double her. She passes that girl. Boom. There's 3.
They're real good shooters. That's their thing. They can shoot the ball. They can shoot threes, and.
LSU just looked like something was off. I don't know what it was. Just didn't look like I thought they would look.
I think they talent-wise, their 5 was probably better talent-wise, but
that's what I was saying. I just didn't think they were looking like they were coached that well.
Hard to overcome.
Did you think that? Or maybe they just had a poor night? I don't know. They missed a lot of shots up underneath.
Matchups and, in single elimination, all leave a lot to be desired.
You got one opportunity.
You got one shot. Yeah.
All right. Let's switch gears. What do you got for us, Jeremy? It's on you now.
On me now. What are we going up to the top of the hour? We're not in the Alabama report.
No, we got to talk about some of our sponsors first. That's just right.
I was ready to go.
I got something to go with around probably 8:30. I want to ask you guys a couple questions and see what you think about that. But I mentioned this yesterday. Georgia Bulldogs aren't going anywhere, but they had the number of stars coming back, which really doesn't mean anything because they can transfer out any time now. We'll have another one in April, right? This month they'll have an opportunity to transfer in, transfer out. We've already seen some of that happening. But if they keep what they've got right now, there's talk over there that this is the best offensive line in the history of Georgia.
Yeah.
And you see their running back? That guy has like 5% body fat.
I wouldn't want to get in front
of him. Did you see that picture of him?
Yeah, I saw him.
They're hungry. They're like Alabama was when Bama got knocked out by Georgia. All they wanted was Georgia, and they got them. They beat them and shocked everybody.
I'll tell you, if Georgia had been in the Final Four, they'd have won it last.
I'm with you. I think Georgia, and they didn't get that. It's like who's hot at the end. At FSU, you talking about getting screwed over. You're ranked number 1. You're back-to-back national championship. You lose one game. You're 13. You're 12-1. Lose one game to Alabama.
They should have been there without a doubt.
Yeah, Georgia should have been there. They really, and I'm with you. After watching those games, they'd probably won it all.
Yeah.
They would have beat Michigan. I really believe that. I truly believe that. All right, how much time we got? All right, what is the word today? Our code word.
Our code word for the day is first.
Not one ST either. Okay.
FIRST.
How you spell first? Doesn't it start with an F?
I thought it was always a 1 and ST. I always thought that was first. I
just thought it was a finger.
Some of us. Not for all of us. Not for all of us. All right, let's talk about some of our great sponsors. Appreciate all these wonderful people. Appreciate Tommy being here today. State Hall of Famer, Jeremy Pridge, one of the best in the Southeast. And then Wildcat, what a great job he does every single day. Appreciate all you guys. Also, Turf Pro Pest Control. You want your door to look absolutely gorgeous, Patrick can get it done. Turf Pro Pest Control, number one. Also, if you want some jewelry, Julie and I went over there the other day, saw David and Pat and Russ. Julie did anyway. And she bought some things out there. David Adamson.
David Adamson, fine jewelry and design.
Designer jewelry. She told me, said David Adamson designer jewelry. That's what it's called. But we just call it.
She had took advantage of that estate sale.
Yeah,
she was crazy about it, from what I understand.
Yeah. Tommy's thinking about getting Louise something. Yeah. So Louise listening right now. So
Tommy's got a lot of money. You don't need a lot of money if you go.
Tell you what, Tommy takes some trips like you would not believe.
Highway 77, Lynn Haven,
right down the street from you, Tommy. No, you can walk. You can ride your bike down there.
Yeah, right. I've
take
about all the time.
Hey, I don't know if you listened the other day. We were talking about you. We were talking about Harley Davidson. He had a Harley Davidson shirt on. I told him that story.
I've heard that story 1,000 times.
Barney Five comes around.
You screw up one time, right, Tommy? And you can't live it down.
That was the funniest thing I ever seen, him trying to hold up that big old heavy bike.
Lord, I've done that 100 times.
God. Get out to Beef Braes in Lynn Haven. You're down there shopping at David's place. David Adamson Jewelry. Go then head on down to Beef Braes. See Pat. Tell Pat hello. Our great city commissioner of Lynn Haven. They got daily specials there every Wednesday. I tell you what, the Cuban sandwich I had Tuesday was outstanding. Beef Braes Lynn Haven. We get back. Jeremy's got the Alabama update. Be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida presents
Wrestling Against Cancer, number 9.
Saturday, April 27th at Bayhaven Charter Academy. In the main event, it's a tag team showdown with Exodus versus Mike Steele and Mr. 850. Plus exciting women's wrestling. Tickets still just $12. Ages 6 to 17, only $8. 5 and under, free.
More information, ESPNPC.com.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your forecast on this Thursday. Sunshine this afternoon and evening with a strong breeze around 20 miles per hour coming out of the west, and look for the high to be 68. Tonight there will be clear skies with the temperature reaching 53. Sunny tomorrow with a wind around 9 miles per hour and the high of 71. Saturday will have a high of 72 and mostly sunshine. This weather is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Are you tired of hearing 2 weeks when you call to get your boat worked on? Hey folks, it's Chris Kramer with Kramer Marine and Outdoor, and we'll get you in and back out on the water as quick as possible. We're a full-line Yamaha outboard dealer and Suzuki outboard dealer, and we have master-trained certified mechanics on site. So if it's just an annual service, electronics install, trolling motor install, or all the way up to a full repower, we can take care of you. So stop by and see us in the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd next to Bill Kramer GM, or call us at 850-851-0453.
WPLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX Lynn Haven. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hey Bay County, it's Dean Jackson with Old Glory Washing Solutions and the one and only BBIA. It's that time of year again. The Great American Home and Recreation Expo is back this Friday and Saturday at the Bay County Fairgrounds. Over 70 vendors, ranging from home improvement and landscaping to boats and ATVs. This free event is for the whole family, with food, live music, and even kids workshops. Don't miss it. The Great American Home and Recreation Expo this Friday and Saturday, April 5th and 6th from 9 to 5 at the Bay County Fairgrounds. We'll see you there.
Put down your natural light. It's time for the Alabama Update. The Alabama Update, weekday mornings at 8. On the Coach James Hale Show at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Roll Tide, roll. Alabama Update is brought to you by Steverson Air Conditioning. Jason does an incredible job. He hires great employees, family-owned, locals, taking care of locals throughout Northwest Florida. Give them a call anytime, day or night. They're there for you. And we say it every time. Get it serviced right before summer, right before winter. It runs better. It saves you money in your power bill. If you got an old one, all it's doing is running and costing you big money. Get rid of it. Call Stevenson Air Conditioning. Jason will come out, They'll measure the house. They'll tell you exactly what you should do. They'll give you options to go with, and they are the most honest people I know. And everybody I know has gone with them, and it does really. You save money on your power bill when you go with them. There's no doubt about that. All right, we got a phone call. Is that what you said? Do you know who it is? Good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning. I'm calling to brag on myself and repent for gossiping about Musselman. Which that's over with now for me. I think he's entered an ashram somewhere east of San Francisco. I don't care, actually. Notice neither does anybody in Arkansas, actually. I mean, you walk away from, you're supposed to get $4.2 million a year for the next 4 years, you know? Come on.
He'll be okay.
Oh, I'm not saying he was going to be out like some of my friends in the neighborhood here asking for $2.
Yeah.
But, but I called to brag on myself because I'm a narcissist. Anyway, there's one. I picked Alabama to win the national championship last year in basketball. It was just a bit early. Somebody's laughing. Who all you got there, Coach?
We got Tommy Santamont. We got Jeremy Pridgeon. We got the preacher in here.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that's why I called to confess about gossiping about Musselman. And I want to talk to the young people about the dangers of modern gambling. Okay? Now, old-time gambling was all right, except, if you didn't pay. Well, now, there's tonight on the Clippers playing the Lakers tonight, there's like 378 prop bets. That's no lie. They said that this morning over at my favorite horse track, excuse me. Almost had a flashback to Ebro. Ebro is my favorite dog track, and Oaklawn is my favorite horse track. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful day. And you notice I hooked Glenn yesterday into saying that Wayne Garland was better than Mookie Betts. He wasn't listening closely. That's an old lawyer trick. Mookie, of course, is better than Wayne Garland. Also, on a solemn note, this is the 56th anniversary of the assassination of Dr. King, one of the worst days in Tennessee history. And it's also the other worst day in Tennessee history. I think it's the 162nd anniversary of the Battle of Shiloh, where Americans butchered each other. Y'all love each other and go Vols and roll Tide basketball.
Roll Tide basketball. Thank you, Mike. Jeremy, what do you got for us today on that Crimson Tide?
All kinds of stuff. Let's start with the spring sports because Alabama softball, baseball, both playing. Alabama baseball sitting 22-7. 4-5 in the conference. They play the number 12 ranked Kentucky Wildcats, and they're coming in for a 3-game set. Tomorrow, first pitch 5:30, 1 o'clock on Saturday, 11 a.m. Sunday morning, and then they'll play the Jaguars of South Alabama in the midweek game next week. They took 2 of 3 out of South Carolina over the weekend, and then picked up the midweek win in extras over Samford, 11-10 in Birmingham. So they made the trip over to play the Bulldogs, got out of there with a win. On the softball side, ladies, always a great program. They're sitting 26-8, but 3-6 in the conference right now. Yeah, so they're not out of the gate as strong as we would hope for. They've got the Ole Miss Lady Rebels coming in. 6 o'clock first pitch Friday night, 5 on Saturday, 1:30 on Sunday. Samford next week in the midweek. So softball, baseball, off and running. Before we jump into the Final Four, I want to talk a little bit of Alabama football. So Derrick Henry was asked if he was the greatest Alabama running back, Coach. And
I would say he has to be.
He deferred. He did not say that he was. Alabama's had some great running backs. I mean, over the years, Henry certainly being the consideration. But who do you think he said was the greatest Alabama running back?
Who he would say? Yeah. He didn't say himself?
No, he did not say himself.
Mark Ingram?
He named Ingram, but that was not who he landed on one. He said that was the greatest of the Saban era.
Oh, I don't know. The greatest running back I've seen in Alabama is Wilbur Jackson.
Well, it wasn't Jackson either. He did reference
Tony Nathan.
He said Sean Alexander.
I forgot about Sean Alexander. Yeah.
Yeah. He said that he was the one that set it in motion, and we all remember his freshman year breakout game against LSU.
290-something yards.
And what did Stallings do the next week? Put him back on the bench.
I know it. Can you believe that?
I mean, you imagine the NIL era.
Yeah, I'm transferring out.
Right.
Yeah. You're right about that. I remember that.
Yeah. I mean, you thought, wow, we've discovered someone, and no, just in the old way of thinking, put him right back in his order in the pecking place.
Well, I want to ask you this, Jeremy. You've watched Alabama for a lot of years. They've had some of the unbelievable running backs. Tony Nathan was unbelievable. But honestly, if Wilbur Jackson would have ran the I formation back in the 70s, he averaged 7.7 yards every time he touched the ball. I watched him in person. He was unbelievable. I would have to have him up there. Johnny Muso's one up there. Johnny Davis is one of the best fullbacks I've ever seen. But who would you pick as Alabama's all-time best running back?
Well, I think you got to put Bobby Humphrey in the list. I
wouldn't high as him as some of the others. I know he had a lot of yards.
He had a lot of yards. I think what it sort of hangs over Humphreys is Alabama's team success was not what it was, and that's a balance.
That means a lot.
Sometimes you can win a national championship and you're thought of as the greatest, but you may not have had the greatest numbers. But you take Humphreys out of there, and Alabama wouldn't have done as well as they did during that time. Henry, I think, was being polite because he's a beast. I mean, watching him run, it's like a.
When you're 6 foot, one time at Alabama he was 6'3", 248. And to make with that speed, that ability to miss people, run over people, block people, to me, he's the best running back out in history.
Yeah. So those two, I think, almost
but
different
you don't
eras.
Remember Wilbur?
No, that's before my time there. But I think those two stand out. But Alexander.
He was good.
Good pick.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, good pick.
Great person, too. Great man.
I did not realize that you were in charge of all of UConn's travel arrangements.
Yes, I was. We tried. Listen, I did my best to get those planes to leave earlier. They did not listen, so now they paid the price. Did you hear about that?
I did hear about that.
If they get beat, you know what they're going to say.
Yeah. Are they there yet?
They were supposed to have arrived at 2 o'clock this morning.
Yeah. Well, remember, we had severe weather, so I told them, be careful. We don't need to leave yet.
Yeah, and then you sent a flight crew who was houred out. They'd limited out. They had to wait. Get their FAA wrist.
Now, who's in charge of that?
The NCAA.
Oh,
the NCAA coordinates all of this. There are some horror stories out there of teams having been bounced from the NCAA tournament that are grabbing a flight at 1:40 in the morning. They don't even give them a hotel in this first round. That as soon as they're done, they're straight to the airport.
All about money.
Yeah,
all about money.
I mean, it is. But as far as the student athlete goes,
do you think that's going to affect them? They play Saturday.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's just a little side story there.
They can use it as a good excuse, though.
Yeah.
And I think they said they put them on a smaller plane.
They did.
You would have liked that, wouldn't you? Get on a smaller
plane. I don't like planes. Period.
And UConn's not had to fly. The entire tournament. They've been right there in the northeast, so they really haven't had to move around much.
With the strength of schedule, nobody gives Bama a shot. The strength of schedule, Alabama's number 1. They're 30th. What do you think? Has Bama got a shot at all?
They've got a shot. I mean, it's going to take a flawless game on the part of Alabama, and that means great outside shooting. The 3 for 2. I mean, if we get 3 and you get 2, well, to get 30 points, we need 10 baskets, you need 15. I mean, so percentages, that's why the 3-point shot is so much of an equalizer for a team. It was interesting that Erwin Dudley showed up at practice. You may remember him, SEC Player of the Year from about 20 years ago. He's a big guy, 6'8", big frame, trying to emulate the UConn guy that they've got to go against down low. And Oates said, now he's not as fast, he's not as young, he's not quite as big, but he did give him a look to come in to try to simulate what they're going to go up against. But, Tommy mentioned it off air. Alabama's non-conference schedule when we were sitting here a few months ago, and they were struggling, has now shown to have been very insightful. Purdue, Final Four team. Creighton, in there as well. They played Clemson, Arizona.
3 in a row.
The teams that have been right here at the end were the very teams that Alabama was playing to start the season. So there shouldn't be any sense of intimidation. Even though Alabama and UConn have not played, they've been toe-to-toe with the very best in the nation. And North Carolina, another example, they only saw them in the tournament. So there won't be an intimidation factor. It'll come down to execution and who makes the shots.
Yeah. Well, that big kid, that Klingling kid that plays for UConn, he's 7'2".
You're right.
7'2"?
7'2". Mm-hmm. He's got a 7 foot 7-inch wingspan.
That's unbelievable.
But
that's crazy.
Yeah.
But how is it, they go with these big arenas like that, they say it kind of messes your shooting up. See, I've never been in a big, huge, I've been to the indoor, well, they have played at New Orleans, the Sugar Bowl. They played basketball there. That's got to be tough.
I've been to 2 Final Fours, one in Atlanta, the Georgia Dome, one at the place in Indianapolis, Lucas Oil. And it's interesting. I mean, you're in this place that's a football stadium, but you're watching a basketball court. I think depth perception is probably the biggest thing you have to get used to. When you're in a.
I'm sure they have opportunities to practice there before the game and all that kind of stuff. So, I'll ask you more about this. We got to take a break right now. I'm going to ask you more about this stuff. Hey, we'd also like for you, if you think we're worthy, please go to the News Herald, right? News Press. What's it called?
You go to News Herald Gannett, GANNETT contest.com. Scroll down and click on Radio Personality Show and vote for us for the Best of Bay.
Put it on.
You nominate us, right? You get nominated, then they'll vote again.
You just click on nominate.
So we appreciate if all you people stop right now in traffic.
Pull over, stop, or stop on the road. Just make sure you do it. Yeah, maybe if you stop in the slow lane, then everybody else will be on. They'll say, "Hey, what are you doing?" Yeah. And you can tell them exactly what you're doing, and they'll all do it.
Gordy, do it. Just do it, Gordy.
I don't know. People are pretty good at texting and driving these days.
Yeah, that's all they do. That's the truth. All right, we get back. We got the Auburn update coming up. Again, I want to thank Jason and Stevenson Air Conditioning, all the great things you do for everyone. Great company, local company here in Northwest Florida. They'll take care of you. Give them a call. They do a great job. Pizza. If you love pizza, Paparazzi's the only place you need to go. John's retired police officer does an incredible job down there. The bakery's incredible. It got me last night. I went in there and talked to him, and I saw that carrot. I looked at it, and I said, man, hell.
A lot of willpower.
Yeah, I got it, brought it home, took a bite. I was on the phone, and I ate every piece. I mean, it's huge. They give you a lot of food down there. Lunch specials, buy 2 slices of pizza and a drink for about $11 and some change. And you could actually share that with somebody. The pizza slices are so big.
You always talk about the pizza, but their sandwiches are out of this world.
They got
the
great
bread,
stuff.
just the bread. Yeah. Plus they use boar's head meats, which is the best.
They get everything down. John does a great job. There's no doubt about that. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. You'll look better, feel better. Jason Kovaleski can make that happen for you. And we're going to go shopping. Tommy, David, Adams and Jewelry. That's where we need to go down to. Say hi to Russ for me. And David, they do a great job down there. Julie bought some stuff. Yes, I think it was yesterday, 2 days ago, she was down there buying some stuff. Go check it out. We think you'll love it. When you're through there, head on over to some of our other great sponsors. We'll be right back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Our secret code word today was first. First. Just text in 1 and ST.
No, F-I-R.
Sorry. Be right back.
Capital letters.
ESPN Northwest Florida. The afternoon underdogs.
The Astros have reached the last 7 ALCS series, one shy of the longest LCS streak in history, which is the Atlanta Braves, who set the record in the 90s, advancing to 8 straight NLCSs. But Atlanta only won one of those World Series during that span. The Astros have won 2.
4 to 6 weekdays. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your forecast on this Thursday. Sunshine this afternoon and evening with a strong breeze around 20 miles per hour coming out of the west, and look for the high to be 68. Tonight there will be clear skies with the temperature reaching 53. Sunny tomorrow with a wind around 9 miles per hour and the high of 71. Saturday will have a high of 72 and mostly sunshine. This weather is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Hey there, folks. Looking for a place that feels like home right in the heart of Panama City? Well, look no further than Charlie Corm's place at their new location on 15th Street. Charlie Corm's is not just a place, it's an experience. Imagine cozy corners, friendly faces, and the aroma of delicious dishes that'll make your taste buds dance. From sunrise breakfast to late night bites, Charlie Corm's on 15th Street has it all. Charlie Corm's place on 15th Street is now offering exclusive weekday lunch specials. Visit Charlie Corm's place on 15th Street. Look for the giant mural.
Getting your biggest tax refund from Jackson Hewitt can lead to some spirited reactions.
Jackson Hewitt!
Jackson Hewitt is so sure they'll get you your biggest refund that if they don't, you get your money back plus $100.
Jackson Hewitt!
Switch to Jackson Hewitt and we'll beat what you paid last year, even if you filed online. Ain't nothing to it. Switch to Jackson Hewitt and pay less for tax prep, guaranteed. Proof of prior year payment required when filing. New clients only at participating locations through April 7th. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
Do you know who I am?
If he was the last person on Earth,
Kind of a big deal.
mankind would still have a chance.
We may have to repopulate the Earth.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
I'm very important.
Live from the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good sound.
I like the way he added to that. That's a great job, Wildcat. Unbelievable, man. Auburn Tires. Update is brought to you by Beef Row Braves in Lynn Haven. Love Patrick. Perno does a great job. Tommy and Louise were down there watching the girls' basketball game, LSU, Iowa, and enjoyed it. Julie and I went and had lunch there, I believe it was Tuesday. Had a great time. Pat wasn't there, Tommy. Did you see Pat when you were there?
No, it's so busy. You couldn't even see over there. Couldn't even see over there.
Yeah, we didn't. He wasn't. I don't think he was there. But I tell you what, that Cuban sandwich is really good. They got great food down there. You know, the big one. Everybody talks about the wings. Everybody loves their wings down there.
Well,
and then on Wednesday, you get 10 of them in a side for like $9.99. But they got specials every single day. Get in there, watch all the games this weekend at B4 Braves over in Lynn Haven. He does a great job as city commissioner of Lynn Haven also. Auburn's 8-day game, 1 o'clock. Football, Jeremy, I'm looking forward to this. These big-time receivers they've got there. I want to see Coleman in person. I think people are going to be really pleased what's going on at Auburn. They're going to be a lot better. There's no doubt about that. The schedule's really a tough football schedule, but they're going to be good.
Is that this coming Saturday?
Yeah, this weekend. Yeah, they got, and then right after that, Andy Burcham, the voice of Auburn Tigers, he was on here with us Tuesday. He's going to be doing the game, the football game, and right when the game's over, walk across the street, and he's going to be doing the baseball game. Baseball, as we said, just give it time. Everybody's going to beat everybody up in the SEC. All these polls, all these standings, everything's going to change up. They did get a win over last night. They got a big win over UAB. They beat Auburn 10, UAB 4. Now they turn their attention to Tennessee. They play Friday, 6 o'clock our time. And then the next game on Saturday, again, is going to be 3:30. So the football game is going to go quick. They got to run a clock in the second half like they do. All these teams do that. So that you can get to watch both games. If you're going to, I know the Seagrass, a lot of people here in the Panhandle going up to watch the game this weekend. And they'll head over and watch the baseball game on Saturday also. And then Sunday, the last one against Tennessee, that game, the first pitch is at 1 o'clock. So some big baseball games and, of course, the huge football game, spring football game up there. They can keep what they've got. They're going to be pretty good. I've been hearing a lot of good things about the offense. Thorne's doing a better job throwing the football. He's got some competition with that freshman quarterback's pretty doggone good. So we'll see. Auburn will be a lot better. Jeremy, they had a special going on. I think it was on CBS. Somebody did this. The greatest sports moment for each state. The greatest sports moment for each state. For the state of Alabama, would it be the goal line stand?
No.
Would it be Alabama beating Texas for the national championship?
No.
Or would it be the 2013 Iron Bowl, the Kick 6, November 30th, 2013?
Yes.
Alabama lines up. Wait a minute. No time left. Nick Saban goes crazy.
1 second.
They put 1 second back on the clock. Here's the kick. It's up. It looks like it might be good. No, it's short.
Chris Davis
takes the ball in. He breaks to his left. He goes 109 yards. and is voted the biggest play in college football history. Is also the greatest sports moment from the great state of Alabama. Remember, Alabama doesn't have any professional sports whatsoever, so this was a big deal for them.
And Chris Davis was a GOAT in that national championship game with FSU. He had a interference in the end zone on Rashad Green, and he was covering our big guy on the touchdown.
And Auburn, at the end of the game, changed up their coverage. It was real aggressive the entire game until the final couple minutes, and Florida State picked them apart, drove right down the field. And that when they changed up, they screwed up. And FSU
almost scored
won.
too quick.
Yeah, they almost did. Also, Auburn's talk about Auburn leaving Under Armour, going to Nike. I mentioned that yesterday. You know, they've made like $78.1 million with Under Armour, but there's a lot of talk that they're going to go with Nike. Don't know if it's
they must
it's
be getting a lot more money then.
Real quick, I want to talk about a high school football coach in a second, but the guy means a lot to me, but I want to get this real quick. Bo Jackson, they were talking about, Coach, you were talking about Bo Jackson. I think he's maybe the best athlete ever. Yeah, he was a track. People forget he was a track guy too. Mm-hmm. Saw what he did playing baseball, professional football. People forget what he did at Auburn, unless you're an Auburn guy. Now, some people say Herschel's the best running back, Bo's the best athlete. That could be true. He's a 2-time All-American running back from Auburn, 1-time Player of the Year from Auburn, 3-time All-SEC. 3 times he made All-SEC. Heisman Trophy winner. He averaged 6.6 yards every time he touched the ball, which is an SEC record. Auburn, he had 4,575 yards, all-purpose yards. He scored 45 touchdowns, 43 rushing touchdowns, 2 receptions touchdowns. He was the number 1 pick in the NFL. He felt like they lied to him. He hadn't played baseball his last year. Remember at Auburn, they had because he became a professional for doing something with the H or whatever.
Right.
So he didn't go play for Tampa Bay. He wouldn't play baseball, and we all saw what he did there. The guy's unbelievable. To me, he's the best athlete I've seen. Am I crazy? I know we've seen a lot of them.
Yeah.
But Deion's a great athlete.
Right.
Yeah. But I just think Bo is unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. How much time I got? 3 minutes. All right.
I'll tell you the other piece with Bo. Bo was able to sort of come on the scene as we get this proliferation of media. So he's able to capitalize. Bo knows. I mean, that whole campaign. I mean, one of the first.
That was unbelievable.
The timing of that. Bo Jackson 20 years earlier doesn't get the same notoriety. Right. But to play a professional game and then turn around and play Monday Night Football while you're playing, I mean, all of that just created this sort of aura around him as one of the first
best marketing
stars.
I've seen.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Did you see him break a bat one time out? I think he struck out his son. He broke a bat over his leg. Mm-hmm. He's like
he only had 2 receiving touchdowns. You know why? He ran the ball. He ran it over every time.
Yeah. Well, 3 of the years he was there, or the first 3 years they ran the wishbones. Last they went to the I formation. I want to talk about Joe Rose. Joe Rose, you might have heard Joe. He was a legendary coach down in Lee County, Florida. He was a coach at Mariner. I was a coach at Cape Coral. We were rivals in big games in Cape Coral. I had 2 schools back then. That's just 2 big schools. We would play, and we got there. All I heard from our principal, we got to beat Fort Myers. Nobody beat Fort Myers. We got to beat Fort Myers. They hadn't won a season in 10 years. He's like, we got to beat Fort Myers. Then everybody else in the town was saying, you got to beat Mariner. Never beaten them. Can't beat them. Joe Rose is there. He was like a legend there. Great coach, but a better person. He was he's still alive, fine man, great man, but he's battling cancer right now, going through a hard time. So we all pray for Joe Rose that he'll do well. I will say this, and I think it's the biggest compliment you give anybody. He made me a better coach. He made our staff a better coach. We played them, I think, the second year. They beat us like 55-14, or I can't remember the score. And I said, we're going to get him. Sooner or later, we're going to beat him. And we did. We finally beat him. But we worked our tails off, because if you want to beat the best, you got to work like the best. He worked the crap out of kids. Kids loved him. He's a great coach, and I saw all that. So we tried. We one play they ran to beat him, you had to stop the counter tray. They'd block down, pull the guard and tackle, kick out, seal up inside with that backside linebacker. You couldn't stop it. He had Ernest Graham one year. He had Ernest Graham's brother another year. And then when he didn't have great players, you couldn't stop it. And then if you squeeze down, do it they just log it and bounce it outside. So I said, we got to be able to stop this play. So we put it in. And it became one of our best plays. We got here at Arnold. That's always, wherever been, that's one of our better plays. I learned that from him. We ran that play from him. We were a split back veer. We would change everything, just that play. We those tight splits, run the counter. It turned out to be one of our best plays we ever ran. And we did it here for Arnold for 13 years. But Joe, I hope and pray to God that everything works for him. He was a great personality. We coached in all-star games together. He'd do anything for anybody. I mean, he had such an unbelievable presence. Big guy. Big, good-looking guy. His daughter is a principal down there now. Well, my last year in coaching, when they fired me here, I went down to, when Husfeld fired me, I went to Mariner my last year, and where he had been the head coach. And everything had changed. It had fallen apart. It was nothing like when he was there. They had school of choice, schools everywhere now. They had nothing named after him. I was shocked. I said, who do you name your trophies after? I asked Vito, the AD, and Robert Butts played for him. Principal. Vito? Yeah, you know Vito. You know Vito well. Well, Robert goes, that's a great idea. So we named the biggest award after Joe Rose. And I know one of his former players came in as the head coach after me, and I know he kept doing it. So they got an award after Joe Rose now. They should have done that every single year, but I thought that was pretty cool. But I said, y'all pray for him that he'll do well with this cancer. If anybody can survive cancer, it's Joe Rose. But what a great man. Great man. All right, let's talk about some of our wonderful, wonderful sponsors. We appreciate all you great people. Like Dr. Chad Mitchell, I tell you what, he is a fine man. 25 years this year on Bay County sidelines. Great job. You got to go? You want to do it real quick?
What's that?
Do you have to do another one of those things?
I do have a thing I still want to tell you about, because you still got time to enter the Hall and Hearts Magic Express thing, and that's going to be going on this Sunday. So you've got today and tomorrow to register. Here's all you got to do, nothing fancy. All you got to do is download the ESPN app, ESPN Northwest Florida app, and click Enter Contest, and it's the Hall and Hearts PCB Hobby and ESPN Magic Express. We, and I say we because I have been invited. You're the main man. I will be going on the bus with you, and I know how to party. So it's a good idea. Presidential suite. All of our food's going to be taken care of. Our drinks are going to be taken care of. A free ride up, free ride back in the Magic Bus. It's going to be a lot of fun. Your chance to see the Orlando Magic play the Chicago Bulls this Sunday. So go to the ESPN app and enter the contest Magic Express. Do it today. Come hang out with me.
And have a great time.
I promise.
You will. He's a fun guy, no doubt about that. Pat, thank you again for the Auburn update. Get out to B-Pro Face, have a great time. J. Michael's Restaurant, the best seafood, coldest beer. Go check it out. You'll absolutely love it. Stevenson Air Conditioning #1. South Oak Title and Closing for all your real estate needs. And don't forget one of Tommy Santamont's favorite places, Charlie Corn's place. Him and Linda have had a restaurant since 1986. It's incredible. Charlie Corn Place on 15th Street. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. We're taking the inside drive.
I was telling you before we started the show is I'm actually looking forward to a women's basketball game for the first time in my whole entire life.
And for you, I mean, the avid sports watcher that you are, this is a big step.
This is huge.
A big step.
But I don't know why. I feel like with Caitlin Clark, with everything.
Join Ryan Mulvey.
Thank you very little.
Middays 11 to 1 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
With over 65 years of combined experience, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to help you take your collection to the next level. They carry all the new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia, and supplies. New and vintage cards and Pokemon. They sell and trade cards and are always looking to buy. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards is open 7 days a week at 752 West 23rd Street, down from Academy Sports. It can always be reached at InstantReplaySportsCards.com.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. And a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long distance meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
Your biggest investment is your home. Protect it while also improving its appearance with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. We have sand, mulch, gravel, or lay down decorative stone, all available for pickup and delivery. Discover your dream landscape with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Imagine the moment you proudly pull up to your home that you've worked so hard for, enhanced by quality mulch, decorative stones, and more. Let's make it happen today. Request a quote online at earthworkspc.com or swing by the office at 2005 Industrial Drive. Love the land you live on.
He doesn't try on clothes at the department stores. He just rips stuff off the hanger and lives with the consequences for years.
It's classy, it's intriguing. He's sexy, sassy, and full of spunk.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels Studio. ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Tommy Santamont, Jeremy Pridgeman, and Wildcat himself, the Kentucky Wildcats back there. Arnold baseball, man, 15-0 now. Never's happened in school history. Ranked fourth, I think, overall in one of these polls in the entire state. We got Moss, you got Blair, we got some, and then not just them two. They got some good talent over there. Coach is doing a great job. Brian Norman says all him, the reason everything they're winning like that, but they're doing a good job. Look at the baseball here in Bay County right now. Bozeman is just unbelievably good too. Mm-hmm. You got Arnold and Mosley's Mosley. I don't care what the record is right now. When everything gets said and done, their district stars, I think they're going to be fine. Mm-hmm. But Tommy, again, it seems like every year baseball carries this county.
Mm-hmm. It's just,
and you got South Walton right down the road.
No.
Great baseball here in Bay County. Dang, there's something else I wanted to say. What was it? All right, I wanted to ask you guys about this. And I got to think about the other thing. This is the one, and coaches that have won national championships and then said, I'm taking another job. You would think you win a national championship, you can stay there for a long, long time.
Football?
Football. We'll look at football. I want you to think about this. John McKay won the national championship at USC, 62, 67, 72, and 74. After the 74 season, he said, that's enough. I'm gone. He goes to Tampa Bay. Probably wish he'd stayed at Southern Cal. Johnny Majors, he wins the national championship at Pitt. He leaves. He goes back to his school, Tennessee. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He never won a national championship at Tennessee.
Right.
Okay? Jimmy Johnson. I had Jimmy Johnson in my office and Dave Warmack in my office when they signed my center one year. He was the head coach. His hair was perfect. He dressed it unbelievable. I liked that guy. That kid he signed got in a car wreck, almost was killed. You know that they kept him on scholarship, and he said he told Pat, and told his daddy, he said, don't worry about anything, son. Your school's paid for. You can help me out on the football field. Jimmy Johnson's a good man. Jimmy Johnson wins the national championship in 1987, leaves and goes to the Dallas Cowboys and did a pretty good job with the Cowboys. Dennis Erickson, I met him. He came in next. Talking about Joe Rose, Coach Sirianni, Sam Sirianni. Julie's going through cancer. That's the kind of guy he was. He knew we liked Alabama. He had the number one player in the country. Forgot the kid's name now. He goes to Miami. He told their coach, he told Eric, he said, I need 2 tickets to Sugar Bowl. They're playing Alabama for the national championship. And he got me the ticket. He says, do not wear Alabama stuff. He got us 2 tickets. I knew nothing about it. He called and told me to take Julie to the Alabama game. Mm. That's the kind of people we had down there. Joe Rose that way, and so was Frank. So was Sam.
Wear white and blue jeans.
I wore different colors, but I gotta admit, I was yelling and we were right there with the coach's family, so that was not very smart of me. But I was excited.
But you were excited.
I was excited. Bobby Ross, he won the national championship at Georgia Tech, 1991. Goes to the Chargers. Steve Spurrier wins the 1996 national championship, stayed a couple more years, left, goes to Washington, and I think it's the biggest mistake in his life. He'll never admit it. But he could have been Saban. We're talking about right now instead of he could have won all those games. Pete Carroll, USC, national champs 03-04, now to the Seahawks, and he just got retired or fired, whatever it was. Jimbo Fisher, FSU 2013 national champ. He leaves, goes to Texas A&M.
Have you read his new book, The Art of the Contract?
I want to get that. That's pretty good. And the last one I had, who's the last big-name coach to win a national championship and just leave? Who is it?
Harbaugh.
Good job. Jim Harbaugh.
Just happened.
Just wins the national championship, leaves, and goes to the Chargers. My saying all this leads me up to this. Who's next? Who's next? Who's going to do this? Who will either go to the NFL or retire? I got two guys that came to mind. And tell me if I'm crazy or not. He's making $10 million. He left the school after 2 years. He played for the national championship. And he decided to do something other people would be scared to death to do. To come to Alabama and replace Nick Saban. DeBoer. Will DeBoer, if he wins the national championship in the next 2 or 3 years, after he wins it, would he say, that's enough, I'm going to the NFL, I'm going to another program, or does he try to stay Bama for a long period of time? What do you think with this guy? He didn't stay 2 years at Washington and went to a better job that paid him a lot more money. But remember, Washington came back and said, we'll give you $9.4 million. He said, no, I'm going to Bama for the $10 million a year. He's making big-time money, but you and I both know the pressure of that job, and they're used to winning national championship about every 2 or 3 years. What will he do? If he wins a national championship, you think he stays and tries to get a big-time extension, or do you think you know what, the NFL, I don't have to deal with all this other stuff?
You buy low and sell high. Now, he's bought really high here.
Yeah.
But if he could move through, win a national championship, he will move on. You just look at his career, look at his path. I mean, he's progressed.
I'm with you.
This is.
Where do you think it's going to be? I think it's going to be the NFL.
Yeah, it'll be the NFL. Yeah, be the NFL. Particularly if NIL just continues to become as unwieldy.
So all you Bama fans that are worrying about...
Or if there's this creation of the super conference where you just get 70 teams locked in like it's being floated around right now. So, yeah, I think this 5 to 7 years tops.
I don't think it's going to happen. And we need to talk about that so I get through with this. The other coach, tell me what you think. Do you think he'll stay a long period of time?
I saw where someone predicted he'd stay 4 years and be gone. But
yeah.
I'm like Jeremy, with all the stuff going on in college football, Neil, and all that hassle you got to do and recruit, why not go to the NFL? Make a lot more money, too.
Yeah.
Why not go ahead and go?
Yeah.
He probably would. I agree.
Well, the bottom line is within 4 years, if you won one, you can go and pick what you want to do. If you don't win one, they're going to answer it for you.
Yeah.
You're going to be out the door.
Right.
You're going to be out the door.
Yeah.
The other guy I kind of thought about is done it, been there, done it. He did it at Notre Dame. He played for the national championship there. I think if he wins one at LSU pretty soon, I think he gets out. Brian Kelly.
Yeah.
Do you believe, though, he'll go to the NFL at his age or just get out?
He'll just get out.
I think he'll go fishing.
Yeah.
I think the year he wins it, the next year he's gone.
He'll call Orgeron, realize life's pretty good.
Yeah, right. Show me which door. How much you paying me? $17 million?
Where are the crawfish? I'm going for them.
Right. Where are the blondes at? Anyway. All right.
No.
This new thing being thrown around is not ever going to fly. Because the super teams are not going to, they're making the money now. Why are they going to reward and make less for them to give the Oklahoma States of the world, the Colorados of the world, the NC States of the world more money? He's talking about there was a thing going out there. They're trying to get a feedback and see who's for it, who's against it. 72 Super Leagues, 72 teams, and you'd have 10 teams in a division or something like that. It's kind of like it was like the NFL.
It's a minor league football, basically.
That's what they're trying to make. I say it will never happen because the Big Ten, SEC, they don't need it. And they'll lose money. Or they're making the big money now and going to make more. So, Jeremy, you think there's any way that'll happen? I don't.
No, too many moving parts, too much money, too many power brokers.
You'll have a lot of people that want it. They'll outnumber the people that want it that don't want it. The Big 12, the ACC leftovers, they're all going to want this thing. Their presidents, their AD's going to want it. It ain't going to happen.
If the big names in all those conferences say no, they're not going to do it.
The two big names, you got the two commissioners, the SEC and the Big Ten, have more power now than any time in the history of college football. And let's just do it now. In 2026, let's break it off. Have the Super League, the Big Ten versus the SEC for the Super Bowl college football. And you can still have, like high school football, the different classifications. The Big 12, AC, all the leftovers, they'll play for their national championship, but they're not going to get the coverage and all the stuff like the Super League.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the Big Ten already owns all the networks.
Right. What's the addition of a Super League piece that adds games that may not be as lucrative when Colorado's playing Rutgers, or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, well, all right. Let's talk about some of our great people. I can't believe it's gone by pretty quick today. We get back, we got our last segment with Tommy, with Jeremy. Let's talk about all of our great people. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, right here across the street from the Navy base. Go check it out. Tonight is karaoke. Dr. Chad Mitchell, 25 years this year. All you school board members listening, we need to do something for him. The guy's incredible, giving up all that time for these young people. Rudy's Barbecue in Bat Beach. Don't forget they do cater. You want a big group. You want something at the church. You like your church memberships. You like people to come to your church. You got somebody that got big wheels that you know. Rudy's Barbecue caters. Y'all got your own kitchen back there, don't you?
We've used Rudy's.
Yeah.
Several times.
Then they've done a good job for you.
Mm-hmm. They have.
Also, don't forget about Newbies. Three great locations. John Sharp give back all the time to the community. Make sure we go support them. Dr. Ward, 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. He's got offices throughout Northwest Florida. 5 minutes can save your life. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Paparazzi. Get down and have a great pizza. Turpro Pest Control. And then, what are your favorite places there, Wildcat?
Oh, yeah.
I'm waiting for you to say
Which
it.
one?
David. Russ.
Oh, yeah, from my jewelry.
Yeah,
As a matter of fact, they got to stop by there and get a quick polish. Because I'm going out this weekend on the Magic Bus.
Yeah.
So I got to get my brain polished up.
You're going to the, who's playing the Chicago Bulls?
Chicago Bulls, Orlando Magic.
Yeah, and we're taking everybody down on the bus.
That's right. Free food, presidential suite.
Man, you
get to hang out with me.
You have fun. You have a good time.
You got to take the bitter with the sweet.
Yeah. We're right back. 104.3. Oh, wait a minute. Go vote for us, man. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Go to the News Herald Leader, can it, and scroll down. Pick us out.
ESPN Northwest Florida. The NCAA Men's Basketball Championship Tournament plays here.
That one is good. Gorky did it again.
The Panhandle's destination for live play-by-play.
Up and under. Got it. What a play.
Listen to the men.
March Madness continues.
Exclusively on ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Grambling State Tigers storm back to win.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your forecast on this Thursday. Sunshine this afternoon and evening with a strong breeze around 20 miles per hour coming out of the west, and look for the high to be 68. Tonight there will be clear skies with the temperature reaching 53. Sunny tomorrow with a wind around 9 miles per hour and the high of 71. Saturday will have a high of 72 and mostly sunshine. This weather is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Hey folks, Chris Kramer with Bill Kramer GM. And the best place to listen to the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey is inside a brand new vehicle from Bill Kramer GM. And I want you to know we've got 10 times the amount of inventory on the ground as we did this time last year, and darn near all of them are discounted. So shop us online at BillKramerGM.com or visit us the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd. We'll make it easy and take great care of you.
ESPN Northwest Florida is an active member of the Panama City Beach Chamber. We want to introduce the newest members to the Beach Chamber: Trayton Homes of Florida, BNC Fire Safety, Carrie Cameron and Associates Dream Vacation, Sun Life Pools and Spas, Paradise Nutrition, Rachel's Bags of Love, Shoreline Maintenance Group, and St. Andrew's Episcopal Church. Congratulations from the only local sports talk station, ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
He's the sexiest man on the planet.
Live and local from the J. Michael Studio on the Sports Talk Must. ESPN Northwest Florida.
That would be funny. And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Hall of Famer Tommy Santamont. County AD, 23 years, and one of the top preachers. I won't say in the SEC. I'm going to say the nation. Jeremy does a great job, no doubt about it. Jeremy Prison does an unbelievable job. Joe Rose is listening. We talked about him earlier. The legend down in Southwest Florida is listening. Joe, I hope you're doing well. We love you, brother. Great man. Raised a great daughter, by the way, too. She's a principal down there. Yeah, he's Cape Coral. Does a great job, man. We talked. Joe, go back and rewind it about what time we talk about him? About 8:15, 8:20. We're talking about Joe.
Last segment.
Yeah, make sure you go back, Joe. You can go back, right? You're on Facebook. You pull up on Facebook.
My favorite is to go to YouTube because you can see a video and then you can scroll backwards and forwards.
So go YouTube and you press in what ESPN Northwest Florida 104.
Coach James Hale Show. Boom, pops right up.
Okay, yeah. I'll tell you, he's a great man. Great man. We're praying for you too, brother. Pray for Brian Moore. He's going through some health issues right now. Great person. Really a great person. Please pray for him. All right. What do you got, Jeremy? Let's go.
Final four. So, Saturday, Alabama basketball in April. Who would have thought that?
Yeah.
I mean, here Alabama's talking basketball. Duke and Kentucky are talking spring football. So, wow.
Yeah, Kentucky. What happened, Kentucky? They're not just the same as they used to be, right?
I
think it's their fans.
You leave my Wildcats alone. Leave them alone.
Look, all will be right in the universe next year, probably. So we're going to enjoy it while it lasts.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I thought we'd be talking about Auburn right now.
I agree. Last week we talked about the impact of the SEC tournament on Auburn. They played, consecutive games over the course of, the 3 days there. Then, as a reward, they got sent to the same place Alabama was sent to, and Alabama had bowed out in the first round. Right. And they get extra rest, get to kind of regroup. I mean, what's the benefit of the conference championship here? I mean, it's sort of
That's a good point you made right there. They did get that opportunity to regroup and rest up and get ready to go.
Yeah.
He did a great job of getting them motivated.
Auburn is the SEC champion, and to their credit, and they can talk about that in recruiting, and they can leverage that, so all the benefits that come from it. But they certainly looked a little tired when they took the court against Yale and didn't play as crisp as Alabama did.
They play Yale 10 times, they win 9 of them.
Yeah.
That's what's so.
It's a single elimination. Yeah. It's the quirky.
Real quick, I got to put this in. Joe Rose said I was watching some old films, Mariner versus Estero, watching those films. I used to think I was a pretty good coach, so I watched those films. No, he was a great coach, is a great coach. But that is true. You go back and watch some of these old highlights and stuff, you're like, hey, I thought it was a lot better back in the day. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, great insight. With the and then you look at Florida. I mean, we didn't talk about Florida in the tournament. They lost that first round game to Colorado after scoring 100 points. But what happened in the tournament? 7-foot center breaks a leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, it changes the whole course of the season. So in this expansion where we're really concerned about national champions and playoffs and spots, how much do these conference championships really mean? You talked about it in football. Yeah. Georgia should have been there.
Yeah.
The SEC championship game became a knockout game.
Kirby, what you're talking about, Kirby already brought up the importance of even playing that game. It could cost them the number 1 seed where they could sit home and rest. Why play it?
Right. Take the regular season champion and move on.
But you and I both know the amount of money that game makes.
Too much money. It goes back to money. This is not about what's logical or what makes sense for the game.
Right.
It's all going to work out, and at the end of the day, money still goes to the bank. But back to the Final Four, Alabama-UConn is game 2. They've got the late game. And then in the first game, NC State continues, their Cinderella run with Purdue. I'm so looking forward to the matchup of the Edie for Purdue against the big guy from North Carolina State.
Joe Rose pointed out NC State played back-to-back.
They did. And back-to-back. Yes, they kept going. That
saved the guy's job, actually.
Well, and it's a bank shot against Virginia that keeps them going. That's the difference between the NIT and the NCAA. Because if NC State lost at any point along the way, they were done.
Yeah.
So for those teams, it gives you a shot. But if you're the favorite, did they gain much? So
I wonder how many times two teams, both the boys and the women and the men's, are in the Final Four.
UConn did.
UConn's done it.
UConn. What about, how many times that's happened?
Not many.
Not many.
What about Florida? Well, no, that was football.
Like NC State, boys and girls.
Yeah.
And UConn this year.
Those are the only two I know of.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I don't remember in the past that happening.
Yeah, I think it's.
Well, in the past, I didn't care about the girls. Now I do. I mean,
I still think it's UConn will be the only program.
How many teams have won in the same year a national championship in football and basketball? Florida's done it. Mm-hmm. Who else? I don't know if anybody's ever done that.
I don't think just Florida. I think that's it.
I can remember SEC schools like Kentucky winning in Alabama football, but not the same school.
But not the same school there. Yeah. Well, and what was ironic with Florida, who do they beat in football to win the national championship? Ohio State. Who do they beat in basketball to win the national championship?
Ohio State. Wow, that's crazy. We could be talking about Ohio State right now winning the national championship.
Yeah, it was that close. So, yeah.
All right.
How much time we got, Wildcat?
I got Purdue. That's the conventional pick. But I would
over NC State.
Over NC State. Edie.
I got Purdue too.
He's a force. He really is.
Yeah.
NC State could. I mean, they're the Cinderella team, so you never know. But
you remember
big
back?
Kids are going to make the difference, I think.
What was it, 83 when they played Houston? Nobody gave them a shot, and they won the national championship.
Well, and Alabama's already busted my bracket. So but I do.
Are you picking Alabama?
No, I think UConn's going to be too strong. I do. I think Alabama will play close. Shooting the three-pointers.
All right, it's 11.5 point spread. Yep. Do they cover?
I think it's closer than that.
I don't think they'll cover.
Okay.
I think it's closer than that. I think it's a little too generous for
See, I don't know. I think either Alabama pulls upset or they get blown out.
I'm just remembering the old John Wooden quote when it comes to this matchup and looking at NC State and Alabama, what they're up against. Wooden said, quick guys get tired, big guys don't shrink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's true.
If you force it into a half-court game, grind it out 30 seconds, and then you pass it to Edie, and he just reaches over everybody and sticks it in the goal like I do with my 3-year-old, 5-year-old. Just try.
What's the tallest Alabama player? They have like 6'10".
6'10".
It's the North Dakota State guy.
I think he's 6'10".
Yeah. That's a lot.
Foul trouble. Who gets in foul trouble?
Officiating and foul trouble are always critical. Tommy, this is an old basketball coach. If they're out there and they're just letting them play, then that's one thing. If it's every touch foul and they're on it.
Did Tennessee get robbed or not against Purdue?
Tennessee had 2 cold spells of their own doing, where they really just had Purdue, come on a hard run and they couldn't seem to stop it. So I won't say that they got robbed. Tennessee was choppy. They were inconsistent through the game.
Well, we won't get y'all until after the national championship game. So we all have got UConn, Purdue. Who's going to win it all?
I've got UConn just being a little bit more athletic than Purdue. Edie's dominant. I just don't know that he is able to dominate the entire game and put the team on his back against a team with as many athletes as UConn.
Cleveland, they say, is a better NBA prospect than Eddie. They say he's going to probably be number 3 in the draft pick, but I don't know. That'd be. I would like to see that for the 2 big men.
Yeah,
and let the officials let them play.
If they let them play,
don't foul them out in the first.
Right. Put them to the bench with 2 fouls in 20 minutes. Yeah.
Just remember, Alabama played the toughest schedule in the college basketball this year, and UConn was number 30th. And they played their game, up there in the East? I don't know.
If UConn's in a close game, Alabama's in great shape. UConn's blown everybody out. I mean, a 30-0 run.
That's unbelievable.
That's unheard of at Division I college basketball.
And UConn got beat by 19 by Creighton and 15 by Seton Hall in the regular season.
All right, everybody's got UConn winning it?
I guess so.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
Thank you guys so much today.
Girls. We didn't get the girls. The women.
Hurry, go. We have about 10 seconds.
NC State and South Carolina.
South Carolina.
No doubt about
South
that.
Carolina.
UConn and Iowa. That's going to be a heck of a game.
Iowa.
UConn's got the Bucles.
We're out. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida presents the Final Four. The madness continues with the NC State Wolfpack versus the Boilermakers of Purdue. Then the UConn Huskies versus the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Maybe the biggest shot of his life.
Coverage starts Saturday at 2 on your home for the NCAA College